Hello YouTube. We're walking down an old abandoned road here in Wake Forest, North Carolina. And we're gonna do a little video on this graveyard that's out here. Essentially, this road was closed about 45 years ago probably. And everyone was kicked off their property in order to create a lake, Falls Lake. And so they moved everybody out. I'm assuming this was probably all farmland or something, or it could have been forest, but everyone's moved out except this cemetery here. From time to time I mow this cemetery because it seems like nobody else, I don't know, has the responsibility. Nobody has the responsibility to do it. So it gets like waist high with weeds and bushes and shit like that. And it's totally out in the middle of nowhere. But you can see like there's a whole bunch of gravestones here. There's the walkers from late 1800s to mid 1900s. Here's a fairly new arrival, Wade Rittenhour, 1905 to 1965. I got some empty plots right here, I guess. This is probably like the latest person that was ever buried here. This is Alice Weaver, 1924 to 1984. So she must have been interned after this road was closed, because I know the lake was flooded in 1981. The Baileys, Lena and Jim, 1985. That's actually really late, huh? Here's a World War I veteran, Charles Skates. He died in 1976, and looks like Alva was buried here in 1984 too. So this is definitely the newer part of this cemetery here. There's Carrie Bailey and Anderson Bailey. They both died in 1947, November and March. So the widow died like 6 months after the husband, huh? William Alpheus Bailey, 1970. Here's Gracie Gertrude Bailey. She was born in 1898 and died 1916. That's a pretty simple looking cut tombstone. In forward of W.A. Bandig, bornded March 1916. Here's a busted one too. Some of them, I think they just like get so weathered that they just sort of develop cracks and fall over. But this is very interesting. I don't know if many of you have seen this before. There's certainly some cut tombstones out here, but look at all the ones that are just marked with field stones. Those are just graves of poor folks, I guess, or farm hands, or slaves maybe even, huh? Because there are some who's, let's see here, A.J. Harrison, 1849 to 1885. So 1849 to 1885, huh? He was probably too young for the Civil War. but he certainly lived during it. Some simple grave markers, Chess Harrison and Lee Audrey Harrison, 1966. Here's a couple of those busted ones I was telling you about. I don't think anyone would come in here. I.H. Harrison. He died, I'm assuming that's he, 1897. Born 1876, so this person only lived to be 21 years old. There's W.S. Harrison. Can't really tell when they died. Borned, I don't know if you can see that in the B-O-R-N-D, June 10th, 1872. Here's just a simple little one that says WS on it. WS. Humble folks probably didn't really even care to be spend a bunch of money on something that they'd never even see, right? I'm sure back in the day there wasn't a whole lot of money to go around, not a whole lot of life insurance either. I'm focusing down here, so I'm looking at oh yeah, there's like a yellow jacket nest down in there that I stepped on last week and frickin' got stung a couple times. The little bastards. I thought I killed them all, but looks like a few of them weathered the storm. The Lowry, J.F. Lowry, 1861 to 1936. And this person only lived to be 18. Born 1890 and died in 1908. It's a shame this one is all busted up. Must have fell and then cracked into pieces, or well, once it's on the ground, it is subject to a bunch of moisture, and that's going to definitely lead to its demise. This is a pretty cool one here. This says J.W. Sykes was born in 1827 and died in 1890, looks like. 1890. This fellow probably definitely fought in the Civil War. I think I read on the web, there's some information about this on the web that I found, and this tombstone has nothing written on it at all. Nope. I'm sorry, I was saying, there's a little simple one too. Something like 13 modern or semi-modern tombstones in here, and the rest are just field stones or simple cut stones, or these ground stones. Anyway, pretty cool. I don't know the answer to the maintenance problem, but It was a big job this year. I came out here and cut a bunch of limbs and cut a whole bunch of like shrubbery type ground stuff, and then weed whacked it all out. Looks pretty presentable now. One last thing I wanted to show you here is like this is the mangum family, I think. They have like a big vault here. You can see the outline of it there. And little tiny tombstones. Here's Mahulda Harrison, 1895. Oh, I remember these two. These were little kids. One of them was born in 1903 and only lived to be a year, William. And then Sanford, 1898 to 1899. So they both died when they were like 1 year old. And this is Lazarus Mangum, 1859. So it's doubtful that he like fought in the Civil War, considering like the Civil War ended in 1862. But he was definitely alive during it. So anyway, pretty cool stuff. Hope you enjoyed the visit, and maybe I'll do another one of these someday when I come up with some different places. Okay.